This is a 3-part series for me to tell you what no one told me. So each part of this series, we will tackle a different letter that's hard to pronounce in Espanol. Before I give you these 3 tips on how to master eres, I have a Spanish-speaking community. We speak Spanish once a week with native speakers, and we also speak once a week practicing Spanish together as a community. The link is in the description. How to roll your R's or your eres. If you are a mean person, this is going to be a little hard for you. I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to smile. And that is the perfect way to roll those eres, okay? Let me show you what happens if you don't smile. You can say, rr, 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 rr. It might be a little bit harder because you don't have that air to push the roll out. Everybody get your roll on.
Get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on.
Okay. But you might not have that air to actually push the roll out, right? So if you smile, you can say, rrr, rrr, rrr. Now your tongue is actually going to be touching the top part of your mouth. So you would, rrr, 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 rrr. That's how you can roll the R's. But if you keep your mouth really tight and really shut, you won't have the air to push the roll out. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you have to do to practice those double R's is to practice. Oh, you thought I was going to say something remarkable. No, you need to practice. So you can just practice at any time so the muscles in your mouth can get a memory of that structure. You have to realize we do not have that sound in English. So to think that you're just going to be perfectly saying your R's off the muscle. Listen, off the muscle, you have to build the muscle. But to think that you're just going to perfectly say them, we don't have that sound. It does not exist in English. So it's something you have to practice. Tip number 2, when to use the soft R, okay? Muy suave, muy soft, right? Very soft. When to use that? Well, you use that sound in the middle of a word. No one told me this, guys. I was trying to roll every ad that was out there. Once I learned how to roll, I was like always trying to roll. But no, you don't roll all the time. Some of them are soft. So when it's just one R in the middle of a word, that R is actually going to be soft. So I have 3 examples for you. You have pero. So you wouldn't say like perro. No, you would say really soft, pero. And then we have caro. Caro is expensive. And so you're going to be really soft with that R. You're not going to say caro. Caro would be a car, right? Then we have mira, which means to look, right? So you wouldn't say mira. Oh God, I love being dramatic. It's so boring just being normal. I don't know. But okay. So yeah, so you have mira. And so mira would be really soft. You would not stretch that R and you would not roll it. This is a quick reminder. Double R always, siempre gets rolled. Okay. So whenever you see 2 R's, they always get rolled no matter what. So this is my final tip. When to actually roll your R's. Because some people think you only have to roll when it's a double R, but that's incorrect. You have to roll single R's as well. So one time you have to roll a single R is in the beginning of a word. Por ejemplo, rojo, rico, ropa. So another time that you have to roll a single R is at the end of certain words. So let me give you a few examples. Calor. Usually words that end in OR, you have to roll it. You wouldn't roll it forever like you do the double R, but you have to roll it a little bit. Another one of those words is amor, okay? So you would say like, mi amor. You wouldn't say like mi amor. Or you wouldn't say mi amor. It's a little slight roll. Mi amor. Oh, my love. And of course, if you see the double R, you have to roll it. No matter where it is. Usually it's in the middle of a word, but you have to roll it. So now instead of caro, you have carro. Another example is like perro. Ella es mi perra. Now for a little fun. It's time for you to practice. I want you to say this word, which means but. Not like a big but, but like but to interrupt something. Would you use a soft ere or would you roll that sucker? And now say this word, which means dog. Okay, just one more example for you to practice. I want you to say this word, which means expensive. But what about this word, which means car? Thanks so much for practicing your eres with me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe and don't miss the second part of this series where we will tackle those double L's. They sound different in multiple countries and we're going to get down to the bottom of it so you don't have to worry about, am I pronouncing that right? I got you. If you enjoyed this video, you might actually like this one over here where I talk about my 5-year Spanish journey and some of the things I struggled with along the way. Nos vemos pronto. Ciao.